Hello and welcome to Super Great Kids Stories, wise tales from storytellers around the world, which will make you laugh and sometimes cry. Recommended for ages 5 to 105. I'm Kim and I love stories. Hello, Super Great Kids, and how are you? Can you believe it's nearly the end of September? How did that happen? I think September must have grown long legs over the summer and can now run faster than any other months. So, here we are, pretty much in autumn, in the northern part of the world, that is. Some of you in the southern part are arriving in spring. And I'll tell you what else has arrived here in Wardour Studios. Lots and lots of brilliant how and why pictures for our 3rd birthday drawing competition. You are such good artists. Thanks so much for sending your pictures. Just lovely to see them all. Story Owl is going to have a very tricky job of trying to decide who gets our 5 Super Great Kids Stories t-shirts and our 5 colouring books. So, if you still have pictures you want to draw, do send them in by October the 5th, 2023. Thanks very much. Now, this week's story is from the Caribbean, and it's a how and why story about how tadpoles lost their tails. The tadpoles in this story like to swim in rivers. I wonder how many creatures you can think of who live in and around rivers. Birds, fish, mammals, reptiles? Have a go. To start you off, how about salmon and otters? Why don't you have a go at coming up with a list while we have a quick advert for the grown-ups? Ready? Off you go. Hello, Super Great Kids. Did you know it's our 3rd birthday this weekend? Now, there's a reason to be cheerful. And to celebrate, we're launching a drawing competition. We're giving away 5 Super Great Kids Stories t-shirts and 5 Super Great colouring books. All you have to do is send us a picture of your favourite how and why story from the past 3 years. It might be Toop's telling of how the whale got its sad song, or Kate's how the River Shannon became, or how the rainbow got into the sky, or whichever how and why story is your all-time favourite. Label it Drawing Competition and send your competition pictures to our Facebook page, facebook.com/supergreatkidsstories, or via our website, supergreatkidsstories.com. Please send it to us by October the 5th and we'll ask Story Owl to help us judge since she's so very wise. And we'll announce the results by Thursday the 19th of October 2023. Hello, Super Great Kids, I'm back. How many creatures did you think of? 5? Or maybe 10? What, more than 10? Oof, that's really well done. Right, shall we have our story and discover how tadpoles lost their tails? Ready? Let's give a warm welcome to storyteller Kate Corkery.
Hello, Super Great Kids. Do you like swimming? Oh my goodness, in the warm weather I love swimming in the water. Yeah, and I love seeing the fish and the tadpoles. I love tadpoles. Tadpoles are amazing. These little squiggly, wriggly small things. Reminded me of a story, you know. I don't know if the story is true, but I'll probably tell it to you anyway. But before I do, I have a question, because you're probably better than I am at answering these kind of questions. My question is, you know, a tadpole has a tail. In fact, it's mostly tail when it's born first. Yeah, small wriggly thing. And when a tadpole becomes a frog, it doesn't have a tail. Because frogs don't have tails, do they? No. And I just wondered, what happens to the tadpole's tail? Now, I've asked various children this question, and some say that it just vanishes by magic, and some say it drops off and they lose it, and some say that they eat it, and some say that other tadpoles steal it. I don't know. I don't know. So I found one answer in a story, and this is the story I will tell you today. Are you ready? Okay. Once upon a time, long, 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 long ago, Papa Jah, who was a creator in the sky, was very happy making all the animals. Oh, he had such fun. When he had some sort of grey clay, he could make this big animal with a long trunk and wide flappy ears and 4 strong legs, which of course was an elephant, yes. And other days he would make an animal with a very long neck and call that a giraffe. Yes, he made giraffes. And other days he would try to make a horse. And the next day make a horse with stripes and call that a zebra. Or he would make pigs, he would make tigers, he would make monkeys, he would make snakes. Any shape, colour, size that he fancied, he would make them into animals that could wriggle and walk and squawk and fly and swim and swing from trees. And the world was becoming a very, very, very colourful place with all these animals filling the earth. He was very, very happy when he had made all the hundreds and thousands of animals. And he was getting a little tired as well. So towards the end of his work, he had a small little bit of material left, just like you'd have some leftover clay when you're doing some pottery. And one day he just rubbed his hands together. Rub, 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 rub. And there on his palm, wriggled and tiggled, some tiny black little tadpoles. Oh, they were so easy to make. They were such fun. You know what? Papa Jah decided he'd make lots and lots of them. So in no time at all, he was throwing fistfuls of tadpoles down from the sky into all the ponds and the rivers on the earth. And the tadpoles were very happy, because they wiggled and squiggled and swam, and they were happy in the water, playing together, squiggling around. Papa Jah went off to have a rest, a well-deserved rest. And the tadpoles enjoyed being in the water. They enjoyed swimming together. And one day one of the tadpoles decided that they would like to slither out of the water onto the land. And the first little one wriggled and squiggled onto the shore, in around the grasses, up along the path, and of course was followed by other little tadpoles who found their way out of the water, onto the land, onto the shore, and in no time at all, there were lots and 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 lots of tadpoles all over the ground, wriggling and squiggling and squirming, so many of them that they covered all the earth. And the other animals, who were trying to walk like the elephant, couldn't put his foot down without squashing one.
"Oh dear," said Elephant, "I don't want to squash the tadpoles."
Even the giraffe, who tried to walk very daintily, ow! Oh, I think I've squashed one too. Oh no! All the animals on their way were finding it very hard to take a step without stepping on a tadpole. So one day, the animals called up to Papa Jah to complain. "Papa Jah, Papa Jah!"
"Yes, animals, are you calling me?"
"The tadpoles are everywhere. We can't walk without standing on them and squashing them. We don't want to squash the tadpoles. Please, Papa Jah, can you do something to keep them out of our way?"
"Oh dear. All right, animals, let me call the tadpoles. Tadpoles."
"Yes, Papa Jah," answered the tadpoles.
"Tadpoles, are you listening to me?"
"Yes, Papa Jah."
Tadpoles, all the other animals are complaining that you are not staying in the water. You've been wriggling and squiggling all over the land. The other animals cannot walk without standing on you.
Yes, Papa Jack.
Well, it's not very good, Tadpoles. So, I'm going to give you a job to do today to keep out of everyone else's way.
Yes, Papa Jack. What job are you going to give us, Papa Jack?
Well, Tadpoles, since you're on the land anyway, I want you to make your way to the big field.
The big field.
Yes, I want you all to wriggle and squiggle and squirm your way to the big field, and there I want you to pull up every weed in the big field. That will keep you busy and out of everyone else's way.
All right, Papa Jack.
Go now, Tadpoles, don't delay.
Yes, Papa Jack. So the tadpoles wiggled and squiggled and squirmed all the way along the ground. They wiggled and squiggled and squirmed along the path, and it was hot, and they were tired, and they didn't yet have legs, so they had to just keep wiggling and squiggling and squirming all their way up the hill until they got to the big field. And the big field had lots of big weeds. And the little tadpoles by now, they were hot, and they were tired, and they were thirsty, and they were sweating. Oh, it's a very big field. It's a very hot day, and there are very big weeds to pull out, and we're very small, and we don't even have arms or legs. Oh, that's hard. One of the tadpoles suggested they have a rest before they begin the work. Oh, look, there's a big tree. Why don't we lie in the shadow of the big tree, and the wind will blow and cool us down, and after we have a rest, we'll start the work. Oh, that's a very good idea, said the other tadpoles. So they wiggled and squiggled and wiggled and squiggled and all gathered together under the shadow of the big tree. And it was such a warm day, and the breeze was so relaxing that those little tadpoles, one after the other, fell fast asleep. Wee, wee, wee. Sometime in the afternoon, they were awakened by a voice. "Hello, tadpole. What are you doing under the tree?" And the tadpoles woke up, and they looked, and they saw who was there, and who was there was Trouble. Have you ever met Trouble? Have you ever seen Trouble? Well, I haven't, and I would really like to know what Trouble looks like. All I know is what Trouble said. Trouble said, "Tadpoles, you look very tired and hot and sticky under this tree. What are you doing here?" "Oh, Papa Jack told us to come to the big field to pull up the big weeds so we would keep out of everyone's way." "Oh," said Trouble. "Papa Jack told you to come to the big field and do all that hard work yourself. You little tadpoles, do you want to pull up those big weeds?" "No, we don't want to pull up the weeds, but Papa Jack told us to pull up the weeds." "What would you prefer to do?" Well, we're just a little bit tired." "Well, wouldn't you prefer to be in the water? Swimming, splashing, jumping, diving, laughing in the sparkling water. Look, tadpoles, look down at the stream. How inviting it is. How cool it is. Oh, tadpoles, wouldn't you prefer to be in the water today, not working hard in a hot field?" "Yes, but Papa Jack told us to pull up the weeds." Don't listen to Papa Jack," said Trouble. "Listen to me. You know it's what you want. Go on, go down to the river and swim." Well, the little tadpoles, they were a little bit uncertain at first, but the water did look so inviting, and they were so hot and sticky and tired and thirsty. So one little tadpole squiggled away, and followed by another and another and another, and in no time at all those little tadpoles, they squiggled and squirmed out of the fields. They went down the lane, and one after the other they jumped. Whee! Splash! Whee! Splash! Whee! Splash! In no time, the water was full of laughing, splashing tadpoles. They were having such fun. Oh, it was wonderful. It was great until...
Tadpoles! Papa Jar called down from the sky. Tadpoles!
Yes, Papa Jar.
What are you doing, Tadpoles?
We're swimming in the stream, Papa Jar.
Did I tell you to swim in the stream today?
No, Papa Jar.
What did I ask you to do?
You asked us to pull up the weeds in the field, Papa Jar.
And who told you to swim in the stream?
Well, Trouble told us to swim in the stream.
Oh, said Papa Jar. So you listened to Trouble, and you did what Trouble told you.
Yes, Papa Jar.
Oh, well, Tadpoles, now you have me in trouble. The animals are complaining that you're sliding all over the land. I've got to do something. Something has to change, Tadpoles. Well, Tadpoles, today...
Yes, Papa Jar.
I have to tell you something.
Yes, Papa Jar.
I'm going to cut off all your tails.
Oh, no, Papa Jar. Please don't cut off our tails. Please don't cut off our tails.
But, said Papa Jar, I'll give you a big, loud voice in a big, open mouth, and I will give each of you 4 legs that can hop and spring in and out of the water. And from then on, you will be called frogs. So that's what Papa Jar did. He cut off the tadpoles' tails. He gave them each 4 legs that could bend and stretch and hop, and he gave them each a big, loud voice in a big, wide mouth that went bidip, 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 bidip. And from then on, the frogs could hop in and out of the water. The animals did not stand on them, and they all lived happily ever after. The end.
Ah, thank you for that story, Kate, and thank you for listening. I wonder what Papa Jar did with all those tails. Did he turn them into a tadpole tail soup? Yuck. Sounds like the sort of thing a witch would eat. Might make you a good swimmer, though, if you ate that kind of soup. Maybe you could make up a story about how you think tadpoles lost their tails. Or perhaps you'd like to draw a picture of Papa Jar throwing all those squiggly wiggly tadpoles down from the sky like so much wriggly rain. You could enter it for our birthday colouring competition, which ends on October the 5th. Details on our website and Facebook page. Like Kate, I like swimming outdoors, and the colder the water, the better. Ooh, lovely. Did you know that the very first swimming goggles were made from tortoiseshell? And the very first swimming races took place in Japan in 36 BC. That's thousands of years ago. More fun facts about swimming in our Owlet letter this week. Ooh, 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 ooh. And now it's time to have a dip into my bag of happies and say a big thank you to some kind owlets who've hopped into our nest and joined the Owlets Club. Ooh, 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 ooh. And hello to new subscriber 5-year-old Henry from Sydney in Australia. Henry loves to listen to a Super Great Kids story every night at bedtime. And to subscribers Lyra and Ada from Seattle, who've been enjoying Super Great Kids stories as they explore the Pacific Northwest of the US. Lucky you. Happy listening. And and hello to siblings Olivia and Brooks from Madison in Pennsylvania in the US. Olivia is 6 and her favourite story is How the Birds Got Their Colours from Guyana. And Brooks is 5 and his favourite story is The Magic Orange Tree from Haiti. And to owlets Maya, who is 8, and Otis, who is 3, who live in Stroud in Gloucester in the UK. Hope you're enjoying all the bonus stories and the super great scary stories. And to new owlet Sophia, who is 6 from Twickenham in the UK. She loves listening to super great kids stories in her kitchen after school. And to new owlets Rowan, who is 3, and Tully, who just turned 1. They live with their mama and their granny Vicky in Morrinsville, New Zealand. They especially love the scary stories. Rowan's favourite story is The Fearsome Creature in the House. That is a funny one, isn't it, Rowan? And over to Brooklyn in New York now, and to owlets Avalon, who is 8, and Ansel, who is 4. Avalon loves Wild Jack and the Two-Headed Giant, and Ansel loves Anansi and the Magic Yams, stories that are both told in Caribbean countries. And welcome all of you to the club. I hope you enjoy the bonus stories and the scary stories and the owlet letters. If you'd like to join the club, look on our website and click on the Patreon or Apple link. And thanks too to those of you who've been giving us such kind reviews. You put a wiggle in our step and a wag in our tails. Thanks to Shimmerfish Minnow in the US and to Silly Sausage 4 and 4-year-old Cohen in the UK, who loves the Whistling Giant story. And thanks very much to those of you giving us a one-off tip on Ko-fi. Thanks to Elliot and his sister Lola from Los Angeles in California. They love the super great scary stories, and Elliot's favourite is Molly and the Skeletons. Oh, that is a good one, Elliot, I agree. Now, lots of you have been getting out your paints and crayons and pencils and sending us some really beautiful story pictures. Here's just a few of my picks for this week. 6-year-old Rose and her sister Judy from Portland in Oregon in the US listen to super great kids stories every night. Rose has drawn a fun picture of her favourite story, The Lamb and the Wolf. I like the way you've drawn the hungry wolf peering out of the cave and the grinning fluffy lamb who manages to trick him every time. Thanks for sharing it, Rose. And 2 super great mermaid fans have sent in lovely pictures of River Mama, the mermaid. Olivia, who is 9 from Portugal, has drawn a picture of River Mama's scaly tail disappearing with a splash into the water, with all the little fish watching on. And Penelope, who is 6, and her sister Madeline also love mermaid stories. And Penelope has sent us a picture of River Mama sitting on a rock, combing her long hair with her tail swishing back and forth in the water. 2 brilliant pictures of a very fun story. Thanks to both of you. I wonder if you can sing that River Mama song. And Leo, who is 8 and lives in New South Wales in Australia, has drawn a wonderful picture of Baba Yaga the Witch and Masha the Clever. Crikey, Baba Yaga looks scary with her curly purple boots and her green hair. Poor Masha looks absolutely terrified. I would be too. Thanks for sharing it, Leo. If you'd like to see some of these super great drawings or send us your picture of this week's story, go to our Facebook page at facebook.com/supergreatkidsstories. That's it for now. Hope you have a happy week. Keep telling those stories and singing your songs. See you soon. This story was recorded at Wardour Studios in London.